what does the work with a performance coach look like? How often do you talk to the coach? What do they do to help you? Are there any specific exercises?
Um, yeah, so I've generally been doing every other week. Obviously, some people do weekly, some people do less, whatever, more. And again, so as I touched on before, like oddly enough, we've never largely focused on trading because it was more so how do I get the other ducks in a row to optimize the whole feedback loop for that. So what would some of the work look like? I mean, stuff like avoiding the comparison game, right? Who cares? You know, if I'm in competition for the top 10 and I want to be number one, like you can never compete at your best if you're looking over your shoulder, right? Say you're a sprinter, and this happens all the time, even in bicycle races, whatever. You'll see the person in first, then they're like, how much do I have? How much do I have? And they're looking over their shoulder. Or there's even like I saw some video online of the bicyclist before he crossed the finish line, he's cheering, and it's like, oh, you're gonna regret that one. Then it's someone passes him, and you learn that like you can't focus on what other people are doing unless you're trying to learn constructively from them. You need to just do what you can, focus on your own process, what you can control, let the chips fall where they may. And even one of the videos I did for S&B had this amazing quote from, what was his name? Ben Crawford's, some tennis coach in Australia who just really summarized it all in a couple minutes. But it was essentially like you put your best effort out there. You can't focus on others, and just let the chips fall. And we've worked on stuff like that. We've worked on interpersonal skills, how to have the hard discussions with people, how to just how to grow as a person, the why for doing things. What motivates me, right? Like, part of my decision to eventually leave full-time trading was my why had morphed, right? When I first started as a trader, a part of my why was financial. Part of my why was a chip on my shoulder that I wanted to accomplish this. Part of my why was I wanted to prove that if markets are inefficient, I'm one of the people that can beat them. Part of my why was I wanted to be the top 10 up on that stage, or I wanted to be number one. I wanted to be the best at my craft and see how far I can push something. But then once you accomplish some of that, right, Kenny's why is I want to see how good I can be. My why was partly financial, partly to prove myself, partly to attain mastery in something. And then over time, life changes and your whys change. And so much of my whys had been achieved. And then my bigger life why and what I've wanted to fulfill in life is like, okay, like I'm pretty into Buddhism, and a lot of the research even backs this up, that true happiness comes from gratitude and giving back. And so then it becomes, okay, how can I give back in a way that's fulfilling to me? How can I find balance, right? After a very much not balanced 10-year career, how can I experience life, expand my network, meet great people, and surround myself with awesome, genuine people, and exploring those topics of what drives us and what will drive the next. Again, I'm not playing the 1-year game. I'm not playing the 5-year game. I'm playing the how can I be the healthiest, longest living, happy person I can be, right? I could not care less at this point in my life about anything trading related, right? Like I actively avoid trading stuff because the health effects of being sedentary, because of the hits of cortisol, because of the stress, yada, yada, yada. I'm solely focused on how can I be the happiest, healthiest person that, gives back and helps others. So that's what led me to these discussions and to the Twitter and the S&B advisory work and the nonprofit. It's all to answer that why.